Hi, this is Tuck. Just giving you an update of my Dragunity deck profile as of the September ban list. Essentially, I don't think the ban list hurt us at all or did anything to us. All it said was that you will run one Red Eyes, and if you want a second Mirror Force, put it in. And it just really made our life easier, knowing that we don't have to worry about Insectors as much, or hand loop with wind-ups, or like derp rabbits. Like you know, it's just all been nerfed and they've let us have what we want. So, first off, welcome back, TG Hyper. We have missed you. I've got Hyper back in there because, look, Spore's back. Well, I've been playing online, I've seen a little bit more synchro in, and it's just really great in this deck, full stop. So, anyway, I've made a couple of changes in the deck. Most of it is because of the extra deck, so I'm going to start off with that. So first off, just the 3 exceeds being a Tomb, Bouncer, and Thundercharger. Monster effect negation is damn cool. So because there's so many monster effects going around, so Bouncer is awesome because you can hit him very easily. A Tomb is he is Dragunities, just about. Is nearly more seen in Dragunities than Heretics. Well, is not, but it's just the idea that you go Ravine with a Zephyros in hand equals Ravine with full power Stardust, a Tomb 1 attach, and Red Eyes defense mode. Like, that's cool. 2 cards has gone to 4, and that's broke city. And Thundercharge is just in there for OTK capability with the Tomb loop, and overlaying Tomb, banishing Charger to fuel the Avarice to go a Tomb loop a second time in a single duel. I would like to put in Utopia or a Queen Jing, which is what I used to have in there, but I found I would pretty much rather just try and protect that 4-star Wing Beast on the field for 1 turn and go the Tomb loop next turn, and hopefully they can't stop. They have to have another answer to stop me, rather than just going Utopia. I burnt my Zephyros for a Utopia. It's not as cool. So I'd rather go for that Heretic loop. Onto the synchros. 5's Catasta because it's an answer for so much. Fairies I've seen more of these days. Catasta is awesome against fairies. Forces them to use their Hyperion effect on Catasta, and he's just awesome. Biggest downside I found to him in my last profiles is only 2-2. So, TG Hype Librarian, welcome back, son. So look, he's a little bit more. He's a 2-4, but he's just so good in the Dragunity deck because what do Dragunities do? They sync a lot, and that's just what they do. They synchro. So TG Hyper just means you draw cards if you keep him on the field for a turn. Your opponent doesn't open much, then he is an awesome option. Even if you got one back row or maybe Monster Reborn, then second turn you can draw for no apparent reason. And if you do verse a deck that's like X-Sabers or like I said, Spore's back, and I've seen Spore a bit, then here's an awesome card to open because it limits your opponent's plays because they want to get rid of him before they do all their crazy shit. So TG Hyper is back. Dirge at 1, you don't need more than 2. Sets up your hand graveyard and just all your plays. It's just really cool. Versus a Chaos Dragon deck online, which I was a bit surprised to see because Red Eyes down and that sort of thing. But anyway, they just opened a Red Eyes and a Pulsar, and I thought, damn, I don't really have much, and they've got that annoying return to the field loop sort of stuff. So I just set Mirror Force, Finish Chain, and Zephyros because that's all I could do. So he went his turn, he couldn't really do much, so he's gone Red Eyes effect. I said no, Finish Chain, and he went swing. Swing with Pulsar. Zephyros died. I was like, yep, that's cool. Top decks. I was like, okay, I got Necklace. My ducks still can't do anything. So I bounced the Finish Chain back to my hand, seeing as I didn't need it. Summoned the Atlas, went to Dirge, dropped the Phalanx in the graveyard so my ducks was live, and set Finish Chain again. So I just had Dirge chill on the field. So he went to swing over. I went Mirror Force, He went to use Red Eyes effects to get the Pulsar back, and I went Finish Chain. So it completely stuffed him up, and I went 8 next turn. So he really helps the consistency of the deck. Like I said, he drops Aquas and Zephyros. So Tomb Loops or 38 Pop Swings is just too good. He just gets your field going, gets the graveyard going. And yeah, that's him. Vag at 3 because you Vag at 3. Stardust at 2 because you want to be able to protect your field. You get big monsters out, you get important spell trap cards out, you go protect it from destruction. Stardust just does that. And that's about it. Look, I'm running Starlight Road, so it's good to be able to pull one out of the extra deck and still sync to a full power Stardust. That option is highly necessary, and if they do get rid of one, you need the opportunity to go to the second because he's too good in this deck. I've got Colossal for those beatdown decks because there's a lot of decks that just go beat, 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 and if they can't remove him or it forces them to use like Dark Holes and stuff. Thought Ruler because some people have the choice of Compulse and Finish Chain and Forbidden Lands and De-Prison and like singular back row. So Thought Ruler is a great answer for those single back row cards. So look, you pay 1,000 life points, you kill their 19 stick, and you essentially just gain 900 life points. And every time he swings and kills a monster, it's a 2/7 swinging life points. So very cool. I wish he said dragon, because if he said dragon, I would be very, very happy. Scrap Dragon, because you ducks with a 1 card into a pop, because there's annoying stuff out there that you got to pop. Sometimes you're forced to, if there's something that has to be popped on the field, then he just does it. And with your Tomb Loop, you go to Scrap to pop himself, to pop the back row, then Red Eyes pulls him back, so he pops something else to pop their monster, and then you can usually swing games. And yeah, so anyway, that's the 8s. And last one, controversial, drumroll, Trident Dragon. So many people hate this card, and I like this card. I don't love him, I like him. I understand that he's risky in some situations, so don't play him in those situations. But he is too cool for, like, he's another OTK capability other than the Attune Loop or just poke. Like, it's explosive for the deck at the cost of 1 side deck card, like 1 extra deck card. And his Veiler Proof, because like the rulings on him, his effect is that you can destroy 2 cards to have him attack an extra 2 times. So you go Trident Dragon effects, they drop Veiler, you keep your 2 cards. If you go Trident Dragon effect, pop 2 cards, so you can swing 2 more times. And 2 more times is a condition. So if you go Battle Phase, they activate like the Skill Drain or they go Veiler on it. After you pop 2 cards, it doesn't matter because the condition is that you can still swing those extra times. So he's safe against the Skill Drain and the Veiler. Like, it forces those cards out. But like I said, you only really use Trident Dragon when it's safe to do so. Like, only unlucky times if they drop Gauze. Like, and having said that, I've seen Gauze a lot more often in this ban list, which is a little bit annoying. Anyway, Trident, like I said, just another OT capability. So Queen Jing out, TJ Hyper in is essentially it. Dragunities will barely ever change because it's Dragunities. 8s, self-explanatory. Pop 2 for free, or TG Hyper. Only thing I might change is putting a 3rd Legionnaire, because I've got 2 targets in the Synchros, and I've only got 2 Legionnaires. Especially if you've got a Ravine and drop the Legionnaire. Like, it's not very nice to drop a Legionnaire and only have that one option. You've got to be able to keep your stuff live. That's all the monsters pretty much. Hand Trap, I've just got the 1 because I like to be able to search it as an option, and Veiler, in my opinion, is the best hand trap. I don't think you need more than 1 hand trap at the moment, because you know, they nerfed, like they killed Insectors, they stopped the wind-ups, and these days, like, your better decks is like, you know, Dark Worlds, I think at the moment are quite good. Veil doesn't hurt them. Things like people summon Stratus, you drop it on Stratus. Like, your opponent has still got a +1 advantage on you because you've had to drop the Veiler. You've stopped the play, but you dropped a Veiler. So it's like, against some decks, it's not that great, but it's still the best, like, hand trap that you can get, I think. Took out Grew the Wind Spirit, put in Fabled Cerebral. I've had him for a while. I've wanted to put him in for a while. And now that, you know, Spore's back, I put in that TG Hyper, I put in Fabled Cerebral. Because it's not just, the deck's not just reliant on the Heretic Attune play, it's the TG Hyper draw. And, like, you know, that's cool. It also, like, it helps with the Avarice, because instead of Garuda banishing one of your ducks to go to Stardust or etc., that means you've got +1 monster in the graveyard, and you have banished the ducks, which isn't ideal. But with the Cerebral play, you've gone Cerebral, which lets you draw cards with the TG Hyper, plus instead of banishing one, you've added the ducks, the Vajrayana, and the Cerebral. So instead of being a +1 for the Avarice, it's a +3. And 3 cards you want to hit, that is. So Cerebral's in, that's probably the major change in the deck. Second favourite searcher I have in the deck is Sangan. He is fantastic, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was hit, you know, in a ban list, because he is just so great. Obviously the best consistency card in the deck is Ravine. Second best, I say, is Sangan. What? I'm taking too long.